Sonjdradeluxe. Can I get a hell yeah? Alright. So today we're doing this kind of monochromatic fall look, berries and peaches, which is kind of like, my shirt is almost like purple with an understitch of like orange in it. My hair is like peachy, pinky. And I'm like, that'd be cool to do it on makeup. So that's what we're doing today. Very matte, monochrome, attic. So if you want to see how to get the look, please stay tuned. Alrighty, so I'm going to use two palettes, but they're small ones. Usually I don't really palette jump too much, but I have the Baked Browns by Dose with Colors, and I might use the Sassy Siennas for a little extra peachiness, but I feel like this one's going to give me what I need. Kind of matches the color scheme, you know. I'm going to go into this one right here to start off, kind of peachy, and put that right into my crease and then just blend it out. I'm so used to just always starting with that nose contour color right from the jump. And it's almost like a little bit of blush for your crease. Is that close enough? I don't know. Alright, let's keep going here. And I'm just kind of buffing it around. I always use like a really light layer first and then build it up just to see how it's going to absorb, because it creased a little bit just from my concealer, but I'm just going to like push it around. And I always follow the shape of my eye socket and then buff it out way further. Ooh, that's a nice color just on its own. And the more you layer color like in specific places, so I'm always starting in the crease, which is where I want the most color, and it'll kind of deepen there, but you can get so much dimension just by using one eyeshadow. Feel me? And I'll just pull it out hella far because we can always lift it up a little later. So I'm going to take this little bit of a deeper berry color, and I could kind of feel and see where my eye is creasing, so I'm just going to like tilt my head back, and I'm just going to do a line in here. Letting this part of the brush rest on my eyelid. There's no product on that side, it's just on the one side. Just so I'm getting just a tip. And I'm going to pull it out to meet with that kind of line we did a second ago in a faint way. These are very, very, very pigmented too, so I'm being very light-handed. Then I'll flip it to the other side when there's almost nothing left on my brush. To blend it, I'm going to go back in with the lighter shade, but I just want to put my shape in firsties, you know? Same thing, put the powder on one side, leave the bare side on your lid, and let it roll just on top, like that. That's why I like to get a little bit of control for a crease. Alright, let's blend it out. And this is kind of like more of a peachy tone, I find, but just to soften it up, you can just flick it right over top and then it'll kind of blend. Do all the work for ya. Cool. Very cool. Alrighty. I really am attracted sexually to this palette too, but I just don't know where to put it. I'm just gonna see what it looks like. I'm gonna put this one. This one's from the Sassy Siennas. Yeah, why not? Okay. This will go right under the brow. Let's just pull it out. So this one's a little bit more peachy than rosy. There's almost like a nice balance of peach and purple, just like my shirt and outfit. I'm just putting it on the upper part, which will give a little quick dimensions right there. I'm going to take a little bitty brush, and I'm going to go into that peachy kind of my skin tone color, but more peach. Go underneath my lash line, and I'll just blend it out. I'm going to take my finger and just do a little swipe up like that, because my concealer hasn't quite set. I haven't done powder or anything at this moment. Back to the Baked Browns, I'm using this color just to bold out this wing that we're kind of doing. So I'm going to take this color here, and I don't know if it's going to show up a little darker or lighter. I might mix it with the light just to go, oh yeah, that's nice. I'm just going to put that on my lid. Next, I'm going to take the Nars High-Pigmented Longwear Eyeliner. This one's in Mambo. Alright, Mambo number 5. I'm going to work with this kind of quick. I love pencil liners lately. They're just so much less fussy. Sometimes I'll just bend the tip, but this is kind of like a really warm, kind of plummy brown color. And I'm just going to pretend there's a line going from my bottom row of lashes. Do a little wingy, connect it to the lash line, and then I'm just going to pull it out for a little baby wing. I like pencils so much too because you can blur it out with your finger and get a really nice long wing. But if you're using long wear ones like this one, you're gonna have to work a little bit on the faster side or else they don't move no mo. So I almost prefer like a not long wearing one, but it just depends on how watery your eyes are. Pull it in a little. Oops. See, then you can correct it really easily. It's pretty forgiving. Drag along the lash line there. And then you could sculpt it out with a concealer brush, but sometimes if it's a little bit funky, it's okay. I also find with these long wearing pencils too, they're good for like in the inner corners of your eyes, or it'll kind of stay. But they can pull on the skin once they start to get a little dry, so just make sure you're sharpening it every time and then just like kind of flattening the tip if you're going into areas you might feel like you poke yourself. I always poke myself, so I'd rather just like have it be a little bit more thick and then fix it up after. Same thing on this side. This side I always give less F's, but I always just hope you can get it kind of even. Usually on the first side I figure out how I'm going to put my shape, and then on the second eye, by the time I get to there, I kind of just copy it. I kind of like it a little thinner almost, but whatever, else what we did, it went thick. Just like me. Alright. And then I was just like darken it, because this part you can like in the inner corner, but you can always fix that up with concealer, or when I'm gonna highlight the inner corner, because I always do that, like, oh, get some new material, but it just opens your eyes up so much. Good enough. So now's the time I will touch up under my eyes a little bit, make sure that liner's straight-ish. And that's just my Huda Beauty concealer in Caramel Corn. It's gonna be a nice little lift. Something over here, lifty lift. I feel like one wing's a little longer, so I might fix that up real quick. I think this one could be out a little bit more. But this thing with long wear, like, can roll a little bit, but then it does last all freaking day, which I like. Just gonna take whatever's left over my brush from snatching my brows and just give it a nice little cleanup. A little on the top of this one too. Well, hope it's cute. I'm gonna rock it like it is anyway. So I'm gonna go in with the Hourglass Unlocked Instant Extensions Mascara. I actually like Hourglass Mascara quite a bit. Just while my concealer's drying a little bit, I always let it dry a touch before I put my powder on. Otherwise, you're putting powder on top of something that's super wet and it just absorbs and it can get cakey. So I just let my concealer dry for a little bit. I'm gonna put powder on it and stuff. Alrighty, so I'm going to take my McGrath Light Medium 2 powder, just a little bit. I'm going to press it underneath my eyes and in between my brows, which seem to get kind of shiny. Like that. Into my mustache area, just like barely anything, just to press it in. Once it's like semi-dry, and then I'll just use whatever's left over to blend it out. Now I'll go into my Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. You can use 30M or, oh, maybe it's 25i that I was trying to say. Yeah, the number rubbed off in like 2008, but just kidding, I haven't had it that long, but still. Pretty sure it's either 25i or 30M. 30M is a little cooler, so I think this is the warmer of the two. Anyway, I'm just gonna push right up against the bridge of my nose, a little snatching right quick. Again, a couple videos ago I did like a pretty in-depth contour, highlight, bronzing, skin routine along with brows. Did a little dippy dip up there. Today, you know what, I'm just gonna contour with this too. I'm gonna go into the same bronzer and I'll just push that into my hollows of my cheeks for a nice little contour. Or aggressive one, which is what it was looking like, which I don't mind. I'm like, oops, how did that happen? I don't even know. Because I have a heavy hand. I want to look snatched. Damn, she is bold. Usually I don't contour the same with my cheeks as my nose because it always shows up a little bit warmer on my nose and then too cool on my cheeks. But today I'm just like, whatever, let's party. So for blush, I'm going to go into Prism by MAC. It looks like freaking pretty light and almost like nothing, but once it hits the oils on your skin and it is matte, it allows you to still kind of have your highlight, but it turns into this like peachy, pinky kind of color, a little bit bronzy. Even though this looks lighter than my skin, I'm gonna give that a go, just for a little bit of color. You see that? My bronzer, my highlighter, or my bronzer and my cheekbone area are still very separated, but I'm getting just a little bit of warmth and peachiness. Sometimes those blushes that don't look like they are anything, or they look maybe a little light, can give a really cool effect. Oh, I didn't even bronze my forehead. I was like, do I have 5 head? Okay. Now These lashes came out by Rokael Beauty and they're super dope. I'll write it in the description box, but here are some examples. Like, they're just gorgeous lashes. I like this ones. They're very unique too. See that? They're really nice, and I think they'll go well with this kind of angled look we got going on. Anyways, Rokael's really dope and does makeup for like Beyonce and has been talking about a line for a while, so I'm very excited to see it come out. You know what's cool? It's like some lashes, I mean, and they're synthetic. Some of them look kind of like, you know, lashes you've seen, but I would say most of them look like newly designed things that I haven't seen before. Say a little prayer and then just wiggle it down. Aren't those dope? Oh yeah, look at those. I love these. They're cool. Anyways, put some mascaras on the bottom. So this is the same mascara, and I'm going to push my lashes in the same direction that the falsies are while kind of winging them out so they both kind of have that spiky look. I'm just going to do it real quick, just like that. Cool. I'm going to use one of my favorite wavies, the Milk Makeup Nug lip balm. This one's really good. I'm just really into lip balm. It just makes your lips like smooth, and this one's got a really nice kind of peach color. I don't know if I'll do peach today actually, because I almost feel like I need a little bit more color, or there's foundation on my lips probably. I'll do a little lip liner for once, I guess. My lips are all tanned, so it's making the color look different. I found this KVD Vegan Beauty lip liner in Lolita. Oh, that's perfect. And I'm just going in lip line. I never do my lips a whole lot because I just feel like I'm just gonna ruin it. I always like to fill in my cupid bow a little bit so it's more round. A little bit on the corners. Well, that's a nice color. Wow, I never do my lips like properly, so it feels weird. Okay, what else? Highlighter. I didn't even do highlighter, but I think like a really subtle one would be nice with this. This is nice. This is a Bobbi Brown Bronze Glow. It's really nice. One of my faves. Just dust on the very high points. Lightly. Yeah. Tip of the nose. Down the center. I don't want too much of a highlight for this really matte look. Top of the other cheekbone. Top of the lip. And just do a little in the inner corners of our eyes here. Alrighty, let's take off this headband. Alrighty, so that completes the look. I hope you guys enjoyed, you know, this very matte, very delicious monochromatic fall look. Let me know what you guys want to see next. So thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to share, subscribe, and follow. Love yourself, stay pretty, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. Take care.